and welcome back to another video. Today I'm doing one that I'm really excited about, extremely excited. Let me show you. We are doing Haribo gummies. It's 10 p.m. I'm sick. I'm editing this video and I just realized that it's not pronounced Haribo, it's pronounced Haribo. Look, it's too late to go back now. You're gonna have to suffer with me as I edit this video and mispronounce it wrong a billion times. Thank you. I was just browsing the shelves of World Market and I look over and I see this gigantic Haribo shelf with all of their candies and I was like salivating. I was so excited. Can I eat these now here in the store? I restrained myself and instead I just bought 12 of them and brought them home. I am gonna warn you for this video, I'm actually sick. Couldn't you tell? Achoo! No, really, I tested positive for strep throat like a couple of days ago, and I've just been lying in bed, reading. I finished a 1,200-page book, and I thought, you know what? I need to do something else or I'm gonna go crazy. The way that this will work, as usual, is I will be showing you each candy like this, and then I'm gonna try all of them and I'll tell you my top three. Help, my sickness, I've lost control of my fingers. Okay, I'm super excited about this because as you guys know, I love gummy candy. And while all of this is not gummy candy, a majority of it is. This is like my dream. I've fallen asleep and I've woken up in heaven. Ah, here is gummy candy for you, Soda. Thank you. Okay, let's get started. Here we have the Haribo Color-Rado. I'm gonna be pronouncing these names terribly, so I'm very sorry for anyone that I offend. These have a strange collection of candies inside of them. These almost look like what I feel like an alien would make if they were trying to make candy. Like, it looks like candy, it looks really nice, but I've never actually tried anything like this before. So while I'm interested, I don't know how these are gonna taste because there's not even a hint. I can't read it. I think this is a bat. Next we have Rainbow Wummis? I'm assuming that word means worms because these are definitely some sour gummy worms. If you don't know, sour gummy worms are like my guilty pleasure. I could eat a whole bag of Trolleys. So if these are anything like that, they might be pretty high up on my list. We have kind of a hard candy here. This one is called Haribo Herzbeben. It says sweet cherry on the packaging. Yeah, they feel kind of tough. Like, you could kind of tear into it a little bit, but not very much. So I'm very curious about these. These are called pasta frutta. Okay, so these are supposed to be gummies that are kind of in a little pasta, a little pasta shape. You see that? Like, you see this guy? He's very happy about it. You got the plate of noodles that are these. I should have gotten a plate and put these on it. Then we could have the true experience. Maybe I will. On a related note, we have another pasta shaped gummy. These are sour sketty, not spaghetti, sketty. Zing! Here it is. These are very interesting. They kind of look like the Sour Punch straws. But whatever this little character is right here, he's kind of terrifying. I might see him in my nightmares. And here we have, these are just called Rainbow. These look like gummies, except they have this like kind of filling in the middle. I'm not really sure what this filling is. I'm not even, oh, I hope it's not true. I think it could be true, but I see the word veggie here. That's kind of the only word that I can read. Dear God, I hope this does not taste like vegetables. No. Okay, now we have the Chamallows. These are chocolate marshmallows. I have a guilty pleasure for chocolate marshmallows, especially if the chocolate is as good as it looks in the packaging. This just looks pretty delicious. And look at this guy. This is gonna be me when I'm eating it. Please be good. Please be good. Okay, now we have these things called a Balla Stixx. They're just these straws. They look like the unsour version of those candies we saw earlier that were called veggies because they have something in the middle like this, but all of these are blue. They almost look more like Twizzlers to me, except with some kind of filling on the inside. Next up, we have a fan favorite, peaches. I'm a big fan of peach rings. I think that they're super delicious. I don't know if you've ever been to Dutch Bros and had their peach ring Rebel. It's so good. When I was a kid, I really didn't appreciate peach flavors as much as I should have, but as an adult, I'm probably gonna love this. All right, we have Haribo Happy Cola, more cola flavored candy. In my very first video, I mentioned to you that I was never a really big fan of cola flavored gummies. That is, until I got the Hello Kitty box and I tried this Japanese cola flavored gummy and it was absolutely delicious. So I feel like I'm kind of teetering on not sure if I like cola gummies and wait a second, this is kind of good. I'm really hoping that these are what's gonna tip the scales and I'm gonna really enjoy them. Okay, at first I wasn't sure I was gonna like this next one. Candy cane gummies. So candy canes themselves, I'm not a big fan of, so I was worried. But no, these actually have some fruits on them, so they're just candy cane shaped, luckily. Since I picked these up around Christmas time, I remember that because the line was so long. That's why they're Christmas themed. I had actually forgot that I picked up a Christmas themed one, but it works. This actually looks like one of the more basic gummies that we've gotten so far. A good palate cleanser from the veggie sticks. And last but not least, number 12, Bunte Schnecken. I feel like I'm offending so many people with this. These just kind of look like gummy wheels. I see that there's some flavors that are named on the back, but seeing as I can't read that either, we're just gonna have to let this be a surprise. They don't feel like the spaghetti ones. They feel like tougher. I'm curious about this one. All right, guys, that's all of them. I have them lined up here. As you see, we have some candy here for future videos. In the next video, we'll probably be trying out this Kit Kat variety box, so look forward to that. But now we're gonna start with the taste test. I'll try to do it around the same order. Probably won't be close, but I'll try. Okay. Color-Rado. I don't know about these. These are probably the ones I'm most unsure about. Yeah, let's do this. There is a smell there, but I don't really know what that smell is. I really can't determine it. Maybe it's because I'm sick. These have a few, oh, this one really does look like a little bad. So this one's the one that is kind of weird to me. Let's give it a try. Okay. Despite the look, it's not bad. It's just a different texture than I'm used to. So these, the top and bottom kind of have a soft, almost like condensed powdery texture, but in the middle, this thing that you see here is a gummy, kind of. Licorice. Oh, it's licorice. Yeah, it's licorice. So I don't know what these two things on the top and bottom are. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably rate this one like a 4. It's not bad. It's not great, but I'm also kind of curious about it. But there are other ones in this bag that I'm excited to try, like this one right here. This also looks like licorice. This kind of looks like chocolate. Okay, wait, that one's actually pretty good. I didn't think that like chocolate in this layer outside of it would go so well together. And this one also looks like chocolate, but a little different. Let's try that too. The chocolate and gummy flavors just go really well together. Or licorice, I should say. I know a lot of people aren't a very big fan of licorice. I actually don't mind licorice at all. I kind of enjoy it, actually. So for me, I think these are pretty good. But we're not done yet. This one's kind of interesting. There's so many different flavors in here. Let's try. That one's a very different flavor and weirdly complements the licorice. So it's a gummy. These on the outside, they kind of remind me of Nerds, except without that very tart taste. It's more on the sweet side. It's honestly pretty good. And there's 2 more in this package that I want to try. Oh, make that 3 more. Oh. Did someone slip this in? Is this growing in there? What is this? I'm so curious. I have to try. Imagine a Mike and Ike, but licorice. And weirdly enough, it's a very familiar flavor, but I can't put my finger on what it tastes like. I know that at my grandmother's house or something, I've had candy like this before, but I don't remember what it's called. This is gonna drive me crazy. If you guys know in the comments, let me know. Next, we have 2 gummies. These are the same package. These are the last 2 that I'm gonna try. These are just normal little gummies here. I'm gonna start with this one, and then we'll do the bat last. That one tasted weird. Out of all the licorice flavors, that one tasted the strangest because it was like a gummy but licorice, but it was also kind of sweet, like fruity. I don't know, not a fan of that one. Let's try the bad. Yeah, the gummies are way more bitter. While I like licorice, I usually only kind of lean towards it when it's a little on the sweeter side. That was okay. I'd probably not pick up the bag of licorice for myself. All right, now we got the pasta. Ooh, these look so good. There's a bunch of different flavors here. Since we don't have a plate, I'll just hold them up in my hand like this. You can imagine I'm serving this in a restaurant. Let's try the red one, or pink. A sour. I actually really love sour candy. Oh, this is so good. Usually the lemon flavors are the ones that are like the most sour, so I'm gonna try that next. My God, it's so sour, but like I love sour. That is so good. Okay, last one. That is so good. Oh, that's so good. It's like a little tougher to chew than normal gummies, but because it's so thin, it's not so bad. The sugar crystals on it are almost similar to sour Skittles in the way that like they really pack a punch. My mouth is still recovering. It's hard to talk. That was really good. Next up, we have the veggie candies. I really hope there's no veggie taste to these. This looks like the one that would be most likely to be veggie flavored. All right, let's try. Kind of weird. They don't really taste veggie flavored. They just kind of taste weird. Okay, so the outside of them is like a normal gummy, but then you bite into it and it's got this weird filling, which is kind of like crusty. I can't really explain the flavor, but I would say it's closest to like lime, but more floral. That's the best way I can describe it. Not really for me. I think out of all of them I've tried right now, even the licorice ones, I think I like that the least. No. All right, I need something a little more calming. So we're gonna be doing the candy cane gummies. These are supposed to be just normal gummies. They have some seasonal flavors like candy apple, sugar plum, and cherry cherry. That sounds nice. It sounds like a nice little palate cleanser. It smells good. It smells normal. I kind of want to try the sugar plum first. I have never tried a sugar plum gummy before, but here's what it looks like. Completely transparent. Amazing. I mean, I think it's good. My one complaint with Haribo gummies, as it has always been, is that usually when you get them, they're really hard to chew. Like, look at this. You see what I mean? And for me, biting into a candy like this is, it's okay. It's not the most pleasant experience. It's just not a texture that I particularly enjoy. Because we're making this video, I will try the other two flavors. I'll try a smaller piece. This is the cherry flavored. Green apple. The candy apple is definitely my favorite because it has the strongest flavor. The only way that I can describe this candy to you, okay, listen up. The way that this candy tastes is that when you're eating it, you're so focused on chewing it that if there are any flavors there, it's hard to notice because you are working a job. You were working a 9 to 5 trying to chew that gummy. They're okay. Also not my favorite. Not the worst, but not my favorite. It's time to eat the spaghetti. These are ones that I'm almost certain that I'm gonna like. As I said, big fan of sour flavors, and these are tinier, so they're not gonna be as hard to eat. I'll show you a couple. Here they are. This is the pink and the red. It looks pretty good to me. I'm gonna start with the pink. Let me try the blue. I don't know what I was expecting, but that's a weird sour candy. They just have this flavor that I can't really explain. It's kind of sharp, but not in the sour way, that I'm not a big fan of. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna try one more and try to place it. The sourness on this one it's almost more like a salty sour, which makes it kind of weird from the start. It also has this weird aftertaste I'm not a fan of. Once again, can't place it, it's just kind of weird. I would say I wouldn't eat those again. For one, they were harder than I was expecting, and for two, that flavor, Now we're gonna be trying the cola gummies. Happy cola. These have to be good. They have the word happy in them. Very strong cola flavor. It kind of smells like a flat Coke. One that's been sitting out for like a day. But I'm sure the gummy itself is good. Let's try it. This is what it looks like. Beautiful. It's kind of cute, right? I like the way that it looks like they're filled up halfway. Let's try. I don't know if cola gummies are for me. It kind of feels like a gummy that someone is trying to trick you with, and secretly they're trying to give you some kind of medicine. When I was a kid, I had this really gritty medicine that I didn't want to take because it was so disgusting, and my mom would mix it into like a small bowl of ice cream, and I would eat it that way. That's what it reminds me of. No! This is surprising. I did not expect to not be a fan of a good majority of these gummies. I love candy and I love gummies, so this is kind of surprising. Now, a lot of people watching this, there may be some gummies here that you see and you're like, wow, I love these gummies. What's wrong with you? This is just my personal opinion. These are not for me. Take them away. Okay, let's try one that can't fail me. The sour Wummis. Now these are a pretty, I feel like, a default candy that a lot of people have had before. They're pretty universal. They have to be good, right? They have to be. Here's what they look like. They've got a really nice coloring to them. Look at that. The crystals on them almost look like they're sparkling. Okay, let's try. So this is good. This is the kind of flavor that I would expect from a sour candy. It's soft, it's sweet. The flavors inside, they have like multiple flavors on them, but none of them are too overtaking. This one is a little less sour than I would prefer, but it actually kind of complements this gummy really well. This one, yeah, probably my favorite so far. Of course, the sour gummy worm is the one I like best. Let's try the weird bicycle gummies. Oh, I know I'm not gonna like these. I can just feel it. If these end up being good, this is gonna be the biggest shock to me for this entire video. So it kind of looks like it's cola and one other flavor, but I don't know what this other flavor is. I can't read then. Let's try the one that we know for sure what it is. Here we go. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ew, it has a really oily texture. Oh, like it feels like it's got olive oil on it. Can we tear it apart? Oh, we're on it. Oh, we're doing it. Oh, this is it. Now I feel committed. Almost done. And boom. This is a really big gummy. This is huge. Look at this. What the heck? Well, here goes nothing. The flavor's not bad. I'd say the flavor is only marginally better than the other cola gummy. Out of all of them, this one definitely sticks to your teeth the most. I don't like the oily texture of it. That just feels kind of weird to me. And it makes it a candy that's like a whole thing. You can't just sit there and eat them. That one's okay. It's not bad. It's not great. I would definitely call it a mid-tier gummy. That is okay. Okay, let's change it up a little bit. We got some chocolate marshmallows. Oh, hey, so there's no way they can mess these up, right? These are gonna be good. I just know it. So the marshmallows, they feel very soft. Like, look at this. You can see like, oh, look at that marshmallowy goodness. Shall we? These look really good. The marshmallow looks really soft in it, and the chocolate, delicious. Let's try. So it almost came as a shock, but those are way softer than I was expecting. After all of the hard gummies that we've eaten, I was expecting that to be hard in some way, but it wasn't. They didn't taste like, you know, your good old fashioned like marshmallows. They tasted like Peeps, like the ones that are kind of soft and easy to chew on. I think for what they are, pretty good, pretty good. Next up, we have our last semi-normal one until we get to the last two weird ones. Peaches, peach gummies. Oh, peach gummies are so good. If these are anything like peach rings, I'm gonna love these. Oh, so they smell so good. Actually, they smell just like peach rings and they're in the shape of hearts. Peaches, they're actually shaped like peaches, but they're still so cute. Okay, let's try this out. Okay, couple things. I think the flavoring of these are really good. I think that Haribo tried to make these much softer, as you see. It's not like the other ones, like you want to tear into it, it's like, well, it doesn't look like it, but it's much easier to actually eat. So the weird thing is, this is like their only soft gummy, but it felt like they almost didn't know how to make gummies that were soft yet still stayed together. And so this one, while it's soft, once you start chewing into it, the gumminess kind of slips away and it teeters into more slimy area, which is never a good thing when you're trying to describe a candy. I don't know why, it just kind of turns to mush pretty quickly. The gummy still tastes good, it's just kind of a weird, jarring texture. So while this is good, I think that it could be improved upon. Wow, I am so judgmental of gummies. I didn't expect this. I thought I was gonna like all of these. All right, we only have two more, and these are both kind of weird ones. Definitely ones I've never tried or heard of. You know what? We'll do this one last since it's kind of Valentine's Day themed and Valentine's Day is coming up. We'll do this last. I just realized that this says veggie on it as well. Okay. I'm sure these are gonna be super delicious. I'm sure this is exactly the kind of candy I want. It already smells better than the other candy. It smells like much more strongly of blueberry. Let's try this out. Here we go. The paste on the inside is a little better. The outside, also a little better flavored, but still not impressive. I'm not even gonna waste more time on these because I'm just not a fan. No, Let's get down to what we've all been waiting for. Or some of us, or maybe one or two of you. The heart-shaped gummies in sweet cherry. I don't think these are actually gummies, maybe they are. Oh yeah, these are weird. So these are actually heart-shaped, as you see here. Okay, so they're not really a gummy. It doesn't look like they're really a marshmallow either. I'm not really sure what this white stuff inside of it is. I guess that we'll have to give it a shot. Weird, so it's cherry flavored. You taste nothing when you first eat it, but then suddenly cherry flavor just explodes. This is weird. It's like weirdly soft for what it is. It's like chewing on a marshmallow, except one that's like more condensed and like filled with sugar. Not a big fan of that texture. And also, weirdly enough, the cherry is almost so acidic it hurts my teeth. I think it's okay. All right, well, that's everything. That was actually a big shock. I expected that I was gonna like all of these gummies, and I only liked a couple of them, but I guess that's why you have to try as many as you can and find the ones you like. All right, I promised that I'd pick my top 3, so let's do it. Okay, I'm gonna hold these up the best I can. Wait, yeah, okay. So my top 3. Number 1, the sour gummy worms. That should come as no surprise. 2, strangely enough, I think the licorice candy. I think this one had the most variety of flavors that were actually pretty good out of all of them. Yeah, this probably is second. And 3rd, the peach gummies. These are hard to mess up. I didn't like the slimy texture of them, but compared to a lot of them that we tried, I think that this one was still really good. And there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. Which one would you want to try? And also, if there's any candy you want me to try in a future video, let me know in the comments below. As mentioned before, we've got a fun video happening next time, so I'm really excited for that. And I will see you there. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Bye.